addicted to pills, and she's left me.
You don't seem really surprised.
I don't know. I guess it's not like that big of a shocker.
Not a shocker?
First of all, Goodrich is an incredible film about modern parenting, growth, and new beginnings. It made me kind of reflect on my own relationship with my father. It made me laugh and cry. And Michael, at the start of the film...
Well, then we don't have to say anything else, because that was it. You did it all right there. You said it right there. Perfectly. Let's not screw it up.
It's such an incredible journey. And also, it made me reflect on myself as a parent. So, like, it had everything for me. Michael, at the start of the film, Andy Goodrich's wife enters into a 90-day rehab, and we follow the struggles and rewards of unexpected parenting. Hallie said Goodrich was written with you in mind. What intrigued you as an actor about taking on the role of Andy Goodrich? And can you talk about Andy's evolution from being a somewhat disconnected to being a more involved father by the end of the film?
Well, it's just was simply well written. And I hadn't done anything like this in a while. And it was a good script. And here's a big thing. It was going to be shot in Los Angeles. That was also really big. And Los Angeles plays a part in this movie, which I like. I kind of like that element about it too. And it was just really well written. And it's the thing who doesn't, well, I think most people care about things about family. It's primal, man. It's like, clans, people looking out for one another or not. It was a big decision. And she and I had a meeting or two, and I knew she was talented and smart. And I said, sure, I'd love to do it.
Incredible. Now, Mila, Grace steps up significantly for her father and siblings while pregnant. And you bring so much to the role of Grace to make her come to life. Can you talk about depicting Grace's strength and vulnerability through these challenging circumstances?
Yeah, I will tell you, not to echo what Michael said, but the script was just really well written. I will say, I think the character it was very much on the page, and it was a matter of, I think, having fun with Michael in the scenes. For me personally, it's so much more about the relationship that two people, going into this have clearly had for 30 plus years, not to age myself down. But I just wanted to make sure that was front forward, was the most of just his and my relationship above all else, and then everything else was on paper. And then it's easy to really play off of him because Michael, I don't know if you know this, is really funny, okay? Spoiler alert. Really funny and really fun to act with. And there's oftentimes actors that are very specific with their acting, and how they do it is just how they do it, and it's very much how it's going to be done, and the rhythm and whatever. He's in a beautiful way, all over the place. You never know what you're going to get. It's the most fun you can have acting with, and I love it. It's where I feel like I thrive the most, is in this idea of spontaneity of what's next, where we go, and so again, Grace was on paper, but everything else I think was just day of.
Incredible. Michael, look, I love Multiplicity. It's one of my favorite movies. We watch it all the time in my household. The film taught me how to fold clothes. Tuck, tuck, fold was our theme going through my whole life.
Yeah.
Now, it was great seeing you reunited with Andie MacDowell. We haven't seen you together on screen for 27 years, and that chemistry is still there and still magical. Can you talk about reuniting with her in this film?
Yeah, it was fun. I was glad when she came up, I hadn't thought about it. And then Hallie said, hey, what do you think? And I thought, oh yeah, that'd be good. As long as it wasn't distracting,
Sure.
Those are the two people who were, the thing, one reason, there was an opportunity, but when we shot Multiplicity, I so looked forward to my scenes with her, because I used to love making her laugh so much, because I'd look at her face, it's like when you're, screwing around, and you're in the scene, you go, I'm going to make her, I'm just going to make her. And they go, come on, we got to do the scene. So, trying to watch people not break is really fun and kind of sadistic. So I used to really torture her. And so in that scene, which is one of my favorite guys, he's number 2, 1, 2, 3. He's 3, I think. He's a sensitive dude, and and he's also obsessive. So when we'd run that, I'd do it differently every time, and I kind of invented that whole thing. I was just riffing on, how to do things properly. And so Tuck, Tuck, Fold became like a thing. And I just loved breaking her. She looked great, by the way. And she's such a nice woman. A little worried about her now, because I think she moved to South Carolina, and they sure went through some stuff.
Yes, but now they're out of it. But now it's Florida. South Carolina, I feel like.
Those poor folks.
Yeah.
So here she and I saying we're thinking of all those people, for one thing, out there. Way more important than movies.
Same here, same here. Now, Mila, in the 1980s when Grace was a kid, Andy struggled with being present due to focusing on building his career, which affected his time management as a parent. Now in 2024,
And selfishness, I must say.
Right. In 2024, he's now parenting the 9-year-old twins, and he learns a lot from and about Grace, who's dealing with her own pregnancy. Grace sees Andy becoming the father she always wanted. How would you describe the evolution of Grace's relationship with her father throughout the film?
Oh yeah, what a great question. I guess I would have to say it comes to a place of acceptance. And I think oftentimes we hold people in our minds and in our memories for who they used to be instead of allowing people to evolve and become who they are today. And I feel like her evolution is almost accepting her dad for who he is and not holding him, not accountable, but not holding him for the mistakes that he made in the past, and almost moving forward and accepting him for the person that he's becoming and evolving and loving him for that instead of having any sort of resentment towards the person that he used to be.
Incredible. Now, the relationship between Andy and Grace feels so authentic and lived in. The interactions kind of remind me of the push and pull dynamic with my own father. Can you talk about building that chemistry together on set and just making it so natural?
I don't know. It wasn't that hard.
I love Michael so much. I have to tell you, he's so fun. He's so fun. He's so fun. And I think people sometimes just forget to sometimes just simply have fun. And it's okay to laugh, and it's okay to poke at each other, and it's okay to be silly. And I think those are the things that bring what people call chemistry to screen, is the idea of being able to like mess around with one another and be goofy and whatnot. Doesn't take away from the work or any of that, but just allows you to like be human with one another. I had the most fun playing around with Michael. I really did. I mean, I truly cannot, he's funny. He is if he's not here. He's funny, he's smart, he's present, he's goofy, he's everything you want Michael Keaton to be. He's everything you want him to be and more.
I love that. I love that. Now, Michael, Amy Pascal's a producer on this film and also produced you in Spider-Man Homecoming. And she's also producing Spider-Man 4, which has found its director, Daniel Destin-Cretton. Have you spoken to Amy or Kevin Feige about reprising your role as the best Spider-Man cinematic villain, Adrian Toomes, the Vulture?
Oh, wow. That's an interesting character, that guy, actually. Yeah. You know, I was in there for a minute. Well, the second one, but I thought about that from time to time. He's actually an interesting character because he's not this... Anyway, we can talk about that some other time. Yeah, that was a really, it was a fun experience. But no, I haven't talked to anybody about anything. I try not to talk to anybody. I really don't like people.
Michael doesn't like people. It's fine.
Fair enough. Well, look, you guys are incredible in this, and I'm going to tell you right now, I was bawling my eyes out when the line is uttered. You're my soulmate. Oh man, you guys are incredible. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Naomi, where are you?
I've checked into rehab.
What?
I am staying here for 90 days.
Wait a minute. What?
I gotta go.
90 days?
You'll do great.